my gorgeous little chickpeas. Today I really felt this wonderful urge to share with you a little bit more story massage. It's delicious for many reasons. First of all, touch is extremely powerful for immunity, as we know. It also helps us long-term shrink or grow grey matter around certain areas of our brain, particularly the fear centre, the emotional brain, the hippocampus, memory and learning, and the frontal lobe, which are all those higher brain functions. However, a lot of us have kids who may have sensory overload, sensory processing, may not be particularly keen on touch. Some of the kids I work with have never had safe touch, which is really, really sad. Some may be touch averse. Others, it would be an absolute miracle in your minds to get them to sit still for 20 minutes, or half an hour to have a massage. However, if you incorporate this tremendous power of touch with stories, games, you're engaging those children, you're meeting them where they are, and particularly if you have a child with ADHD, ADD, pathological demand avoidance, autism, where they're very negatively called fixations. They're not fixations, they're passions. If it's a neurotypical child, it's, they're really into this. If it's a child who is different, it's always, they've got a fixation. Fixations are wonderful. They're passions. They're dreams with goals. So you could even make a story about that. You could make a story about an issue a child is having or a challenge, teaching them social skills, emotional intelligence. And the whole time you're doing this, you're surging and flooding their bodies with the four main happy hormones and coping chemicals. Oxytocin, dopamine, endorphins and serotonin. And if you make enough serotonin, the neurotransmitter of happiness, confidence and self-esteem, you then have enough to make melatonin, which is the neurotransmitter of sleep, mood and aggression. So as well as boosting our focus, perspective, emotional intelligence and actually changing what we do inside our brains, it also brings great calm, the feelings of the ability to cope and function, good health and good sleep. I can't believe I've said all of that without pausing for breath. Anyway, I've done a couple of little stories. Some are seasonal, some are to do with feelings, and one is a game, just based on a few of the emails I've been getting recently on my website and personally and through here, just to see if we can incorporate, I can put into practice really what I'm showing you. So this cushion here is a body. It's a body, and what I normally do is I'll get the kids to work in pairs, or at the, obviously in Zoom sessions I'm demonstrating on a cushion, and friends and family can do it on a friends and family basis. I can also do it on Zoom sessions one-to-one with a child, and now I'm able to work one-to-one with people. This could actually be a real body, either lying on the floor, on a couple of bean bags, a big furry rug in my therapy chalet, or it might be on my massage bed. The kids always get to choose. They might not want to lie down, they might just want to sit down on a bean bag and I'll do their backs. Incidentally, it doesn't just have to be backs. You can do it on their heads. Nothing strenuous if they're epileptic. You can do it on their arms. So it's all that safe, lovely touch. So the first story I've written is called Sunrise, because, we've got more daylight now, where spring is definitely here, and it's just so lovely not to have to get up in the pitch black. So I thought I'd write a celebratory little story about a sunrise, but it could be about anything. It could be about a child's walk to school, friendship issues, things that they're not very keen on eating. You can make it into so many different things. If they're mad on dinosaurs or Lego, make it about that. Anything to keep them here. And don't forget, as I'm always saying, we have more dopamine and serotonin in our gut than in the entire spinal cord, and 90% of our serotonin is actually in our gut. So it's good to push that up, get that surging up to the brain. So at the start of the day, and I'm doing this movement, it's like a fan going upwards at the start of the day, and then I'm going to do lots of little semicircles from the gut all the way up the back, and I've got my hand on their shoulder, as the sun begins to rise. And now I'm doing, I learnt it as plucking. In Mary Atkinson's story massage, it's the bounce. I watch the clouds light up. I'm going to do loads of circles all up the back because it gets that dopamine and serotonin whooshing like a great big rave up the body. The colours make a beautiful dance. And now I'm going to do a wave upwards. Look at the pinks and then a wave downwards. Look at the oranges and then sideways. Look at the reds. And then I'm going to do an upwards beautiful fountain, a fan, like dolphins bursting water. Watch the yellow break through. And then I'm going to do a downwards wave, like melting gold, shining brightly. And now I'm going to do this little plucking one. Listen to the birds singing the world awake. And then I'm going to do the sprinkle, the first sounds of a brand new day. If you want to see any of these stories and other examples, just to give you ideas, if you log on to Anna Kennedy online, there's this video, but there's also the stories and different ideas printed out along with a short article about the benefits of touch and wrapping it into story massage. So do log in there if you want to know any more. So then I did another one about winning. And we all like winning, and we're always told, oh, you know, you've got to be a good loser and you shouldn't be a bad loser. But how about being a good winner? Because some people, when they win, they're just really irritating and really arrogant. And, you know, you just imagine wanting to flatten them a little bit. I didn't say that, I'm calm. So I've written one about winning because a lot of my kids have a few issues with this. So, and it's self-empowering, so it's about you, it's about me. So I'm doing this lovely fan one again. Sometimes when I play games, I win. And I'm going to do big smile right behind the heart. And I am happy. And then I'm going to do a big circle. When I am happy because I win the game, I'm going to do this plucking one. I may laugh and tease my friends. And I'm going to do a downwards or a sad smile. And it hurts them. And I get into trouble. This is only very gentle. I'm kind of dropping my fists loosely. It's like a drumming movement, but it's not punching. You don't want to have a GBH record for doing a story massage. That's not the idea at all. It's all gentle. So, I'm going to do upward circles. Instead of teasing my friends and laughing and being all big-headed, now I'm going to squeeze the top of the shoulders and down the arms. I will make a positive choice. And then I'm going to do a lovely upward, the big fountain one, so we all get along as a team. So that's that one. But you can make up your own words. Even better, get the child to write the story with you. How empowering is that? And then you can do it for them on their back. They can do it for you on your back. So it's incredibly bonding and brings that touch just because back into your family, you know, particularly if you have a child with different abilities and you get all the siblings doing it. That touch is incredibly bonding. And it's not touch because you're getting someone to do something that they really don't want to do. So this one is about advocating for myself and others. So this one I'm going to do the bounce. Sometimes I have to talk with adults or students about the things I need. Just little circles. And now I'm doing downwards like a frown for myself when something is bothering me. And then I'm going to squeeze down the arms and the shoulders, or if I need something. And now I'm just going to put my hands gently on their back, or on their head, or on their shoulders. I also need to start taking responsibility for my actions. And I'm going to go upwards in that lovely fountain. When I need to talk to others about those things, it's called advocating. Now I'm going to do this little drumming one. Getting my power back. Trying new things may be scary, and it is for everybody, not just for people who are neurodiverse. It is scary when we come out of our comfort zones, but incredibly, you get such a buzz when you've done it. Sorry, I'm diverting from my story and getting excited. I may get, the sprinkle, I may get anxious self-advocating because I have never done this before. And I am not sure, I'm going to do a big question mark, and I am not sure how other people will react. I'm going to do lots of little upward circles, get those happy hormones and coping chemicals up from the gut. Instead of being nervous and scared, I'm going to do a squeeze. I will make a positive choice. I'm going to do an upwards fan. And remember that advocating for myself and what I want and need, more squeezes. And now I'm going to do a big triumphant, like a firework display, is part of me becoming more independent. And incidentally, if you're non-verbal, there are all different ways to communicate. You might draw a picture of what you need. You might be able to act it out. You might be able to write it. There's all different ways. I often think homework should be like that. You know, put the Fire of London into a story massage or a yoga story or a lucky dip box of facts. You know, there's so many different ways to engage kids with learning, and that grows the matter inside your brains. Really, really does. I'm getting so excited today. Anyway, so then I thought I'd do a sleepy one. So this is sunset. I'm going to speed up a bit, otherwise it's going to be a film. Right, so I'm doing big circles behind the back, on the back even, at the end of the day. And I'm going to do little circles going down as the sun begins to set. Watch the sky dance. So I'm doing that lovely fountain one. Look at the pinks, look at the reds. So I'm doing a beautiful wave, not forgetting the purples and oranges. And now I'm doing semicircles upwards. As the sunset now fades, now I'm doing a big circle, the moon. And I'm going to do circles upwards, begins to rise. And one big circle, shining brightly in the night sky. Now watch the night sky sparkle and shine. And now we're seeing moonbeams dancing before your eyes. Now it's the calm, so on the head or the shoulders or the back, everyone becomes sleepy and ready for bed. Now we're going to go downwards, like 2 slides, downwards fan. As you drift off to sleep, know that, got to turn the page, it was a bit long, got carried away. All is safe, so the squeeze on the shoulders, down the arms. And then the calm on the head, shoulders or back. All is well in my world. Mary Atkinson's book, Once Upon a Touch, is fantastic. It's a really good place to start. She also runs training courses if you want to take it further and part of your therapies into schools. I use it all the time. I've used a lot of my own strokes that I've invented, that I learn in my traditional training, that the kids have invented, even better. So you can really diversify, add to it. Keep the kids in charge, keep them engaged, because if you've got the kids engaged, you've got them, and they're having all these positive neuroscientific benefits without you sitting down and giving them a big science lesson. Although I do share a lot of the neuroscience with them, because you never know, you may be sowing the seeds for a future budding Einstein, and I'm actually not joking. Anyway, just one more thing to finish with. I had a little box, I don't know, it must have had a candle or a soap or something special in it from someone, and I never throw out pretty boxes because they always come in handy, because I'm like this raving mad Blue Peter woman. And I've called this Story Massage Metaphors, and it's a little box all about me, or rather when kids come to see me for one-to-one sessions or families, it might be that you write metaphors and other people have to answer what they are, but the clue is, so I've got lots in here, as you can see. So it's things like, if you were a sports person, who would you be? If you were a superhero, what would you be? If you were a song, what would you be? If you were a season, what would you be? and you give a reason why, and you put that into a story, into a massage movement. So you can do it all in a circle and describe each other, or you can do it on a one-on-one. Obviously at the moment, because lockdown hasn't fully lifted, one-on-one is advisable, or just friends and family. So I'm going to do just a couple to demonstrate. So what have we got here in my story massage metaphors all about me box? Right. Oh, if I was a song, I'd be Yellow by Coldplay. Obviously, it's my favourite colour. And I'll have answered the because bit. So yellow, I would draw literally a great big sun. A great big sun, because I would love to be full of yellow and sunshine. But there's no right or wrong massage, so she can make it up. Make it up. I might have gone whoosh up like this for yellow, or I might have done a great big sunflower with petals. So it's that touch. It's that touch that is so, so important. Right. If I was a colour, well, I've just answered that one. I'd be yellow. Okay, just say I couldn't be yellow. I'd be silver. Silver. I love silver. It's fantastic. I've just painted a fireplace in my house silver. Sounds nuts, but it really, really works. And I love it in there. So how would I describe silver? Oh, sprinkly. Sprinkly and twinkly. So say this is somebody's back. I'd be doing things like this. Diamondy, sparkly, sprinkly, you know. Shiny, shiny. Yeah. So that's a good one. I'll do one more just because I like the number 3. That's my favourite number. It's a very good number, that. So, right, if I was a season, I'd be... Now, this is a tricky one because I love them all. But I'm loving the spring. I'm loving the spring. And my birthday's in spring. And there's loads of yellow in spring. So I'm going to do lots and lots of lovely sunshiny days. Lots of buds. I'm going to go upwards, raking upwards. Just raking with my fingers like this. Fingertips, not my nails. You don't want to lacerate anyone or rip their clothes. They won't like you very much. So you can go up like this for the grass growing, and lots of little circles. The trees are growing their leaves. So, you know, you could even draw a flower. So, you know, it's all adaptable, and you really can, you know, flow with it. Flow with it, my darlings. That is the key. So on that note, on that very, very happy yellow note, I'm wearing yellow, public health warning day, if I go out there. Have a beautiful, bright yellow week, everybody. Enjoy the touch. You know, it's boosting immunity. It's what we need. And enjoy it on that friends and family basis or a one-to-one. Put it into games. Put it into stories, keep the child engaged. The last thing they want to do when they get home from school is for you to say, right, sit in the chair, I'm now going to give you a massage and you have to do more behaving and sitting still. I would hate it. And that's at my age. Can you imagine when I was 5 or 6? We won't go there. On that note, I'm going to leave you, my darlings. Have a gorgeous week. And I will see you very, very soon. Go to Anna Kennedy online if you want to see any more about this article and ideas for stories. Bless you all. Have a